Morning.
Good morning.
These are the cases for today. One of them, I think you have probably in that stack. It's
Okay.
the divorce that
That was
needed the
reset.
interpreter. Yeah,
Right. Thank you.
you're welcome.
Okay, I have about 9 o'clock. I'm going to calling the dockets, ask for announcements. Attorneys, anyone who's present who doesn't have an attorney or your attorney doesn't answer, please let me know that you're here. Apart from that, please keep your device muted. LaSalle County, Green versus Texas Department of Criminal Justice. I signed a continuance on this case yesterday. The assistant AG had a conflict. Ricardo Cervantes versus Huro Will Service.
Your Honor, Barb Bear is here on behalf of the plaintiff.
Good morning, Your Honor. Courtney Gaines here on behalf of the defendant.
All right, and do we need to have a hearing? What's going on?
Yes, Your Honor, this is a hearing for a temporary injunction following the entry of a temporary restraining order regarding the preservation of evidence in a civil case.
Is this an automobile collision or something?
Yes, yes. I don't think it'll take very long. Ms. Gaines represents the corporate defendant. There's an individual defendant who's not appeared yet. And I think Ms. Gaines and I have agreed as to language for the temporary injunction, but because we have an unrepresented party, I'd like to proceed and have the court enter the order.
Okay, I'll mark you number 1. Karnes County additions in the interest of Christian Aguirre, a child. We have the interpreter here.
Hello, Renee Flores on behalf of the Move On, Your Honor. He is the petitioner.
Can't hear you, sir.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I have my mask on because my client's here with me. But
All right, yeah, but your voice faded out completely for a moment. Go ahead.
Renee Flores on behalf of counter petitioner. We are the Move On this case, Your Honor, for this particular hearing. The motion to modify the temporary orders. And he is Juan Aguirre.
And Your Honor, my name is Aida Rojas Moore. We are present on the respondent on this temporary order hearing. We are both present. We're ready to go forward.
Okay, and this is a motion to modify temporary orders?
That is correct. We have final set, Your Honor, for I believe this month.
No, it's from March 16th, Your Honor, and we had agreed on the temporary orders to come back once he did a drug test. So that's why we're back here.
And counsel is correct. It is in March, Your Honor. My mistake.
Okay.
Interpreter present, Your Honor, Hector Ramos.
All right. And Mr. Ramos, let me ask you to raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that you will, to the best of your ability, translate between the English and Spanish languages the statements of the court, the attorneys, and the witnesses?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay, and that's for all the cases because I know we need you on at least 20. And are you a certified interpreter between the English and Spanish languages?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. And I'm going to make Ms. Riley the host, ask her to make me the co-host, and ask her to open up some breakout rooms. And I'm going to direct the attorneys in this case just to confer in a breakout room. If you can come to a resolution, fine. If not, any preliminary matters you need to do, looking at each other's exhibits to see if you're going to object to them or not object to them. Let's make sure that you have all of that lined up before we begin the hearing. Atascosa County, matter of the marriage of Gustavo and Linda Fuentes.
Good morning, Judge. Raymond Bell for the move-in. I have an agreed order to give to you, Judge. I just need to upload it. I received a signature from opposing counsel.
All right, if you could post that to me in chat, I would appreciate it, and I will sign it.
Okay, thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, do you have it right there with you?
I do, Judge. Do I just send it to you by email or?
Just go to chat and my name, and when you click on that, there should be a little box that appears that says file, and then you can send it to me.
Okay.
And but wait until I tell you I've opened it, because a lot of the times those are corrupted when they come across.
Yes, sir. I'll go ahead and take care of it right now.
You're excused. All right, in the interest of Willow Grace Marler, a child.
Yes, Your Honor. We're
Yes.
set for temporary orders on a motion to modify, and
I
I
am,
think we probably have an agreement. We just need to confer briefly.
yes, this is Sean Vandenberg for the respondents. Yes, we received a draft order yesterday, made some changes and sent that back. I think we'll have an agreed order.
Okay, and Mr. Wilson, are you on this case too?
Yeah, I'm subbing in for Tess House for Mr. Marler.
Yes, I'm not, Mr.
Which case was this? I'm sorry.
Willow
In the
Grace
interest
Marler.
of Willow Grace Marler, in the interest of.
I'm sorry. We've got a different Grace. My fault. Different Grace.
Okay.
I was very confused.
So was I.
Okay,
No,
I'll mark the two.
We have an agreement, Your Honor. I think if we
confirmed.
confer for a few minutes, we'll be fine.
Okay, I'll ask you to meet in a breakout room.
Thank you.
Costa County versus Robert Thomas Franklin.
Judge, tax authorities are ready to enter a judgment.
All right, is Mr. Franklin?
Mr. Franklin was given notice and we provided the green card in the court's file.
Okay, I will mark all the tax cases with a T. Poteet ISD versus Benito Carrasco Jr.
Tax authorities are ready.
All right, Mr. Carrasco. Atascosa County versus Jesse Cantu.
Judge, we're going to drop that.
Atascosa County versus Juan Balderas.
Judge, we're going to drop that and reset to March 23rd. Mr. Wilkerson is doing additional research.
Atascosa County versus Estela Pacheco.
Taxing authorities are ready. Mr. Finkel is the attorney ad litem.
Okay,
I will contact Mr. Finkel.
has he filed an answer?
As far as I know, he has not. We've left messages for him the past few weeks. We haven't got a response back yet.
Okay, well, we're gonna hear something today or I'll replace him. Atascosa County versus Thomas Ware.
Taxing authorities are ready.
Atascosa versus Raymond Navarro.
Taxing authorities are ready.
Atascosa County versus Maria Garcia.
Taxing authorities are ready. Mr. Finkel is the ad litem. I will reach out to him also.
Matter of the marriage of Lorena and Alfred Solis.
Shay Davis for the petitioner, Your Honor. Ready?
All right, this is just a prove up.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, marking number 2.
Thank you.
Atascosa versus Consuelo Carrion.
Taxing authorities are ready.
Atascosa versus Destiny Jenkins.
Taxing authorities are ready.
Atascosa versus Ruben Huron.
Taxing authorities are ready.
Atascosa versus James Allen.
It's gonna be a dismissal to come.
Atascosa versus Pika Patel.
Taxing authorities are ready.
Atascosa versus Cristobal Ortiz.
Taxing authorities are ready.
And Atascosa versus Alfred Godines.
Just we reset that to March 23rd, please.
All right. Wilson County docket 15-3-103 in the interest of the Alcala children.
Good morning, Tony Reyes for David Alcala, the father of the children, Judge. We're just simply asking for another couple of weeks on the TRO. We've extended it once already, but the respondent, who is the mother, has just totally disappeared. She's not at work. CPS is looking for her mother's looking for her sister's looking for her. We're cooperating with everybody. All the TRO did about a month ago was just allow the children to go with the father, stay with the father. They're in good hands. They're seeing therapy through family-based services, and they're going to school, which is the main thing. So if we could just get 2 more or however long you give us to extend that TRO I filed a motion for substituted service. I think it got signed by the visiting judge that was last week, but I haven't gotten a copy of it. But my office will get a copy of that immediately. And the substituted service is supposed to allow us to just tape notice of everything to the front door of the mother's house, which is the last known address on file.
All right, if you will post your proposed order, I will.
Yes, sir.
And I ask you to get with Ms. Riley, the court coordinator's office.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. All right. 165361 in the interest of HGD, a child.
Yes, Your Honor. This is the proper Grace child. Yes, I represent Sean and Leanne Davis. We received yesterday late afternoon, revised it, sent it back to Mr. Rodriguez last night. Haven't heard from him yet. I'm presuming we'll have an order to come. It's their setting.
Your Honor, I apologize. I was just able to get on. We do have an agreed order come. I just emailed it to Mr. Vandenberg, and I'll have my client's signatures on it momentarily.
Okay, excellent.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So I'll also put agreed order to follow. And Mr. Vale, your order came through. You're free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor. Take care.
Matter of the marriage of Joseph and Emily Lahia.
Good morning.
That case is dropped, Judge.
Oh, Your Honor, this is Blake Pierce on behalf of Move It, actually. We don't have proper service, but I filed a motion for alternative service yesterday. Opposing party has been dodging my process server. I was wondering if I could approach with that today.
All right, let me ask the clerk's office. Has that already been sent on to the judge's queue for somebody?
Judge, I see the motion. I do not see an order.
Okay, all right. Mr. Pierce, if you will post your motion and a proposed order to me in chat, I'll look at it.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Judge.
That'll be the quickest way to get this done.
Thank you, Judge.
And the Wilson County add-on is the civil case from Monday in the matter of the marriage of Cindy Hernandez and Anselmo Hia.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm here.
All right, and is your husband present?
He said he was on. I'm not sure.
And Judge, this is the other case. I'm here for the interpreter, Hector
Yes,
Ramos.
All right, who is on the phone that is titled LG Stylo? It's a woman with red curtains behind her. Asking you to unmute. Please unmute your device, ma'am. You're still muted. I can't hear you.
This is Consuelo Carrion.
All right, thank you, ma'am. All right, and then there's a person in a yellow shirt that just says iPhone. What is your name? You're still muted.
Lorena Solis.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Oh, there he is, Mr. Hia. Okay, so are you prepared to go forward with your divorce now, Ms. Hernandez? I need you to unmute.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. All right, I'm going to mark you A. You'll be the first and I guess only self-represented case that I call up. Apperson versus EOG.
Your Honor, the defendants are ready, approximately 4 hours.
Plaintiffs are ready, Your Honor.
Okay. We'll call this 12:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Get an earlier start, hopefully, and people announced 2 hours plus some smaller things. Plus, I still haven't looked at any of the defaults from this week. So, okay, I will see y'all at 12:30.
Thank you, Your Honor.
LaSalle County, Cervantes versus Sahuro Well Service.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
It was dropped, I think, Judge.
No, the first one was dropped.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, Mr. Baer.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, as mentioned, this is a case involving a motor vehicle collision involving an 18-wheeler running into the back of a self-propelled well servicing unit that was traveling on I-35. And I represent the driver of the 18-wheeler, and we have included in the original petition a request for restraining order that was granted regarding the preservation of evidence, mainly the maintenance records related to the self-propelled well servicing unit, cell phone data, digital data regarding communication devices, GPS devices, that sort of thing. The actual well servicing unit, any post-crash drug and alcohol analysis or testing, any log data or operational trip-related documents, video or photographs of the incident, the scene of the incident, the vehicles involved, and any audio or video witness statements. So it's just it's a restraining order asking the defendants not be or be prohibited from destroying any such evidence. Ms. Gaines and I, Ms. Gaines have spoken, or well, I've spoken with her firm yesterday about this, and we've exchanged edits to the proposed injunction and have agreed to those terms. Now they only, Ms. Gaines represents defendant Seguro Well Service, Inc. Defendant Marin, as I understand it, is not represented, but maybe. We don't really know that yet. Anyway.
And I don't have I did not sign into the LaSalle County District Clerk's records. I haven't pulled that up. So I take it you sued the driver of the oil well service vehicle and the oil well service company, and you've got service on the corporate defendant, not on the driver?
No, we have service on both.
Okay, okay.
In fact, they were served the same day. It was on Friday. And Seguro has filed an answer as of yesterday.
Okay, all right. Ms. Gaines?
Yes, Your Honor. I think Bart pretty much covered it. We have agreed to the language for the injunction. As you said, I represent the corporate defendant, Seguro Well Services. Mr. Morin, the driver, is currently unrepresented, but we have gotten word that we will be representing him. We're just waiting on authority, crossing those T's, dotting those I's. So at this time, we have not filed an answer for him, but we will be doing so in the future.
Okay. All right. Well, what I would propose would be to grant the temporary injunction as on the agreed format as to the corporate defendant, leave it as a temporary restraining order as to the individual. Just renew that, and then that would give you 2 weeks to either find out that your firm is going to be defending both or not. And if you have an agreement that that's what's going to happen, if you wanted to submit an order converting the temporary injunction to a converting the TRO against the individual to the temporary injunction, you can just submit that.
Your Honor, just to be clear, the TRO as to both parties would have expired on February 16. And so
I'll extend that 2 weeks as to the individual.
Okay.
So I'd give you 2 weeks. That's what I meant. I mean, I'll sign the temporary injunction and I'll say that it's a temporary restraining order against the individual. So you've got 2 weeks to get it, either find out that he has different counsel and talk to them, or get it approved for the representation from Ms. Gaines's firm, and then y'all can just by agreement convert it to a temporary injunction.
Okay, and just so that we have a clean record in that regard, I think what I'll do is submit or file a motion, a formal motion to extend as it relates to the individual defendant and a proposed order. I'll have Ms. Gaines approve it, and if it becomes necessary. It may not, depending on what happens over the next few days.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Your excuse.
Thank you.
Mr. Pierce, I received your motion. I glanced at it. It looks fine. I have your order. I will sign that and get that to the clerk's office in just a moment.
Thank you, Judge.
Your Honor, if I may, one more
Yes, sir.
thing. How do we submit the agreed injunction?
Probably the easiest way is just to sign back into this meeting. Yeah, or I mean, if you get it done today, you heard the Karnes County case. They're coming back at 12:30 and they announced 4 hours. So I'll be on here quite a while. If you don't get it done in time for that, you can just e-file it.
Okay, okay, thank you. Sorry.
But again, if you come back in, make sure that I've been able to download the order and that it works. It hasn't happened this week, but about 10% of the time when somebody posts an order in chat and I download it, it's corrupted by the time it goes through Zoom.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
All right. All right, in the matter of the marriage of Solis.
That is mine, Your Honor, and my client is present.
All right, and Ms. David, is this a default? Is it agreed?
It's an agreed, Judge, and there's a waiver of service on file.
Okay, excellent. All right. So Lorena is your client?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, I see I misspelled it whenever I put her name on there.
Oh, yeah.
Solis, will you unmute your phone, please?
Okay.
Right. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you may give in the matter now on trial will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right. Go ahead, Mr. Davis.
Thank you, Your Honor. Will you state your name, please?
Yes, Lorena Solis.
And Ms. Solis, are you presently married to Alfred Clark?
Yes, I am.
And before filing your petition for divorce, have you lived in Atascosa County for at least 90 days and the state of Texas for at least 6 months?
Yes, sir.
And were you married to Alfred Clark on October 21st, 2005? And did you cease to live together as husband and wife in September of 2012?
Yes, sir.
And has your marriage to Alfred Clark become insupportable because of a discord or conflict of personalities that destroyed the legitimate ends of your marriage?
Yes, sir.
Is there any expectation that you guys will reconcile?
No, sir.
Were there any children that were born during their marriage?
Yes, sir.
Did you guys adopt any children?
No, sir.
Are you expecting a child at this time?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, in relation to your children, does your decree reference provisions for child custody, child support, and health insurance?
Yes,
And that was done in a previous order, is that correct?
that's correct.
And have you and your husband entered into an agreement containing or concerning the division of your property?
Yes, we have.
And are you asking the judge to let you keep whatever you have and let Alfred keep whatever he has?
Yes, sir.
And both of you signed this decree and understand everything that's within this decree. Is that correct?
Yes, we did.
And are you asking the court to grant your divorce today and approve all the agreements that you guys have entered into?
Yes, please.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
All right, do you have your proposed decree?
Judge, I did file that, and I was notified by the court that it was on file.
All right, let me, well, they signed me out. Let me sign back into e-file. Okay, I'll take judicial notice of the contents of the file and of the proposed divorce decree. All right, ma'am, you were telling me that the marriage cannot be saved?
Cannot.
All right, I'll find I have jurisdiction to hear this matter. It's been on file for more than 60 days. There's a waiver of citation in the proper format on file. And the defendant has agreed to the entry of this judgment. This can be seen by his signature on it. The petitioner had been a resident of Atascosa County for 90 days and of Texas for 6 months prior to the time this lawsuit was filed. The marriage between the parties has become undermined due to a discord or conflict of personalities, and there's no present likelihood of reconciliation. There were no children born or adopted during the marriage except for the 3 who were provided for in this divorce decree. And let me ask, is there an attorney general's case? You said that there's been a previous case?
That is correct, Judge.
Okay. And you're just incorporating that by reference?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And I'll find that the proposed orders concerning the children are in the children's best interest, and I will approve them. I'll find the proposed division of the marital property and debts is just, fair, and equitable. I will approve it. I will grant the divorce in open court, and any relief not found in the divorce decree is denied. So this is a final appealable order. I wish you good luck, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
And yours too, Mr. Davis. Give me just a moment. It seems like every day, or not every day, every week, there's something new weird that happens. I just got an error and I can't save a PDF because it says the number is out of range. And I changed the name about 4 different ways and I printed it to a PDF. So Ms. Kruger, the document I just sent you is the order for that Rule 106 service.
Okay, I see it in chat. I'm trying to pull it up.
So final judgment. Okay, I'll call all the tax cases in Atascosa County. Or actually ask if you had a chance, did you hear anything from Mr. Finkel?
Judge, I emailed Mr. Finkel to give me a call, and I have not received a call or an email back. We have, during this past few weeks, have emailed him and sent him copies of the proposed judgments, but we haven't had a response back.
All right. I will drop the settings on the cases where he is the ad litem. Ms. Riley, I'm going to ask you to provide me with a list of all the cases where he's been appointed as an ad litem. It doesn't have to be today. In fact, don't do it today. And I'm going to I will replace him on all of those.
Also, Judge.
Ones where he's not involved, I'll consolidate all of them for hearing without objection. Is there anybody else here who's here on a tax case, who's a defendant? All right. Mr. Rocha, Mr. Kate, go ahead.
Judge, on one of the cases in which Mr. Finkel is an ad litem is on page 1, the 1901-0077 CVA.
Right.
Atascosa County versus Cnty. I did not to be dropped. The reason I've been dropping it, they filed a tax deferral, so that will be a non-suit to come. I did not make that announcement. I just want to make that aware.
All right, thank you. Yes,
cases.
Judge, this is Tom Kate. I think that we do have a defendant, another defendant present. Judge, I think that she announced that's Consuelo Carrion. That's on page 3, the second case.
Yes. Okay. Have you had a chance to speak with her?
No, sir, I haven't. This. Go ahead, Ron.
I have not. I wasn't aware she was made any announcements.
I believe that Judge.
There she is.
Judge, I believe she was a lady with red curtains.
Yes, the red curtains. No, she's right there.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I see her. Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to ask the attorneys on these cases to meet with her in a breakout room. Ms. Carrion, will you unmute your phone or your device?
Okay, yes.
All right. Okay, I'm going to send you an invitation to a breakout room. A breakout room is a little separate electronic room that you can go to. The attorneys from the 2 taxing entities who are, well, there's more than 2, but the 2 attorneys from the taxing entities are going to speak with you there. If y'all are able to come to an arrangement on what to do with this case, that's great. If you're not, then I will have a hearing on whether we're going to move forward and see if you're ready to move forward, if we're going to dispose of this case today, or if you're asking for time to hire an attorney or whatever happens. So again, you should receive an invitation to a breakout room. It'll be a little blue box that'll pop up on your screen. If you will follow that, you will go to the breakout room when you can talk to the attorneys. And when you all either have something worked out or you understand you're not going to get it worked out, if everyone will come back, we will get this case moved forward.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
And actually, I'd already sent her off to a different room, so I'm asking the.
I'll get her to breakout room 3, Judge. That's where I
All right,
put
Mr.
the
Ramos,
other
I
thing.
sent you an invitation. I hit the wrong button. Please don't go to the breakout room.
And there's a lady with the iPhone. I don't know who she is, Judge. That came in afterwards.
Okay, I don't see just an iPhone. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, ma'am, I'm asking you to unmute your telephone or your device. Yes, what's your name, please?
Henrietta Cantu.
All right, and Ms. Cantu, what sort of case are you here for? What sort of case are you here for?
For the taxes,
The tax.
97.
Okay, okay. All right. I don't know if you heard what I said to Ms. Carrion about going to a breakout room. The attorneys for the taxing entities are meeting with her. I'm going to ask you to hold with another woman who has a tax case. I'm going to ask you to hold on, and I will have you give you an opportunity to meet with the attorneys from the taxing organizations in just a few moments. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Thanks for the heads up on that, Ms. Riley. Okay, in the matter of the marriage of Hernandez and Hia, Mr. Ramos, this is the other case we need you on. Mr. Anselmo Hia, would you please unmute your computer? Go ahead, Mr. Ramos. Mr. Hia, please, Mr. Hia, please unmute your computer.
Señor Gea, si por favor puede quitar su micrófono de silencio o de mudo. ¿Sí nos escucha?
Sí, escucho. Sí, le escucho.
Gracias.
Are both sides ready to proceed?
Yes, Your
¿Ambas partes están listas para proceder?
Sí.
Yes.
All right. Sir, have you worked with an interpreter before?
Señora, ¿usted ha trabajado alguna vez con un intérprete anteriormente?
Sí.
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to ask you to act as if the interpreter was not present.
Y le voy a pedir que actúe como si el intérprete no estuviera presente.
By that, I mean Ms. Cavazos, the court reporter, is writing down everything.
Y por eso quiero decir que la señorita Cavazos está escribiendo todo.
And when you look at the transcript he makes of this hearing,
y cuando usted vea la transcripción de esta audiencia,
you should not be able to tell there's an interpreter after you and I finish talking.
Usted no podrá notar en la transcripción que hay un intérprete cuando terminemos de hablar.
So when you answer a question, just answer it as if you were speaking directly to me and don't tell Mr. Ramos, tell the judge such and such.
Y entonces cuando usted conteste una de mis preguntas, solamente contésteme a mí y no conteste, dígale al juez tal y tal.
Okay.
¿Está bien?
Sí, está bien.
Yes. All right.
All right. All right. And the parties were sworn in yesterday. All right. Ms. Hernandez, prior to the time you filed this lawsuit, had you been a resident of Wilson County for 90 days and Texas for 6 months?
Yes.
Okay.
Señora Hernández, ya habían sido ustedes dos juramentados las partes el día de ayer. Señor Hernández, usted ya había sido residente del condado de Wilson 90 días y de Texas 60 días. 60. Sí.
Sí, sí.
All right. And Sir, you're not testifying right now. I will speak to you shortly.
Señor, usted todavía no está declarando. Ahorita voy a hablar con usted.
All right. And what is your husband's name?
Señora, ¿cuál es el nombre de su esposo?
Anselmo Gea.
Anselmo Gea.
Okay. And has the marriage between the two of you become undermined due to a discord or conflict of personalities?
Y
Yes.
el matrimonio de ustedes ha sido por ser en discordia, de dificultad de personalidades. Sí.
Do you expect the two of you are going to reconcile and live together again as husband and wife?
No.
Y ustedes esperan reconciliación y vivir nuevamente como esposo y esposa y vivir de nuevo juntos? No.
How many children were born during your marriage?
3.
¿Cuántos hijos nacieron de su matrimonio? 3.
And all right, and those are the 3 children, Maria, Desiree, and is it Sarah or Sarah?
Sarai.
Sarah E. Okay, I couldn't tell if that was an E or not.
Y esos son los 3 hijos, son hijas María, Desiree, Sara, Sarai, Sarai.
And when did the two of you marry?
March 11, 2008.
¿Y cuándo se casaron ustedes dos? 11 de marzo del 2008.
When did you separate?
¿Y cuándo se separaron?
Around March in 2020.
Alrededor de marzo del 2020.
Okay. And so have there been any other children born to you since you were married?
¿Y desde que ustedes
No.
habían estado casados, ha nacido algún otro hijo? No.
Are you expecting a child at this time?
No.
¿En este momento está esperando usted un hijo? No.
Right. Why are you asking to be appointed the sole managing conservator of the children?
¿Y por qué es que usted está solicitando que sea la tutora conservadora única de los hijos?
Because, well, like my daughters live with me. You know, I take them to the doctor. I take them to school. You know, so that's why I was asking for sole custody.
Porque mis hijas viven conmigo, yo las llevo al doctor, yo las llevo a la escuela y por eso quiero esa custodia.
Give me a moment.
Dame un momento.
What sort of work does your husband do?
¿Qué tipo de trabajo es el que hace su esposo?
He does fencing, but he does a little of everything. So whatever he work is available.
What
Se
sort of
dedica
income
a
does?
hacer
Go ahead. Go ahead.
rejas, pero cualquier tipo de trabajo que esté disponible también.
Okay. What sort of income does he make?
¿Y qué tipo de ingresos tiene?
Well, he works with some guy. I think, you know, he lives in Nixon, but honestly, I don't know how much he gets paid a week. And during these times when the weather's like this, you know, I understand that he doesn't work as much because like of the rain, and if it's too cold, you know, well, they don't work because all he does is work outside.
Trabaja con un tipo de Nixon, pero no sé cuánto es lo que él gana a la semana debido al clima. No trabajan si está lloviendo o si hace frío.
And have you ever gone to the Attorney General?
¿Y alguna vez han ido con el Procurador General?
No, I just filed online the application.
No, solamente interpuse la solicitud en línea.
When did that happen?
¿Y cuándo fue eso?
I think it was sometime in November.
Creo que fue en algún tiempo, en algún momento en noviembre.
And have you heard back from them?
¿Y ha usted
Yes,
escuchado algo de ellos?
I'm sorry, I keep jumping ahead.
I received a letter from the Attorney General's office requesting for me to send my final divorce decree.
Recibí una letra del Procurador General pidiendo un decreto final de divorcio.
Okay, and have you applied for any sort of government aid for the children?
¿Y ha usted aplicado para algún tipo de ayuda gubernamental para los hijos?
In the past, I have.
En el pasado sí lo he hecho.
And are the children on any sort of government aid right now?
¿Y los niños están en algún tipo de ayuda gubernamental en este momento?
And go ahead with your answer, ma'am.
They receive Medicaid right now, and that's the only thing they receive.
Están recibiendo Medicaid en este momento y es todo lo que reciben.
Right, I'm sorry, I need to speak to someone. Just give me a moment.
Discúlpeme, necesito hablar con alguien un momento.
Okay, I'm back.
Ya estoy de regreso.
All right, ma'am. And where did you get the number of $300 a month for child support?
Señora, ¿dónde obtuvo usted la cifra de $300 al mes para manutención al menor?
It was something that me and Mr. Heya agreed on.
Es algo que yo y el señor Gea estuvimos de acuerdo.
And where did you get the idea of taking it down to $100 after he's only paying child support on one child?
¿Y dónde obtuvo la idea de que solamente bajarlo a $100 después de que está pagando manutención por un menor?
Your Honor, I really didn't know how to fill out the page for the child support, so I don't know if I filled it out wrong.
Su señoría, realmente no sabía cómo llenar esa página de la solicitud y pienso que tal vez la que la llené equivocadamente.
Okay. Does your husband have any other children he has a duty to support?
¿Su esposo tiene algún otro hijo que tenga la obligación o responsabilidad de apoyar, de mantener? No.
Right. And do you understand that the way you have this drawn up, it says that after there's only 2 children that he's paying child support from, it goes down from $300 a month to $100 a month?
Y de la forma en que entiende usted que de la forma en que lo tiene aquí redactado, dice que de 2 hijos que está manteniendo él, tiene usted la manutención de $300 al mes a $100 al mes.
Okay, no, I did not know that that's how I filled it out.
No sabía que eso es lo que yo había llenado.
You have it so that it remains the same when it goes down to 1 child at $100 a month?
Y lo tiene usted que baja a lo mismo cuando tiene a un menor a $100 al mes.
And that after it goes down to 0 children, he's still ordered to pay $100 a month?
Y que cuando baja a 0 menores, usted aún así lo tiene a $100 al mes.
Okay, then I messed up on that paper.
Entonces sí me equivoqué en ese documento.
And who is supposed to be? Now, I need to talk to you for a moment about property.
Ahora necesito hablar con usted un momento acerca de propiedad.
Law in Texas presumes that everything a married person owns is community property.
Y la ley en Texas asume que todo lo que una persona es dueña es comunidad, es propiedad comunitaria.
It's not a matter of whether you and your husband are fighting over something.
Y no es cuestión de que usted y su esposo estén peleando por algo.
We have to have the divorce decree spell out either that it's community property and who it's being divided to.
Y tenemos que tener el decreto de divorcio de que es la propiedad en común y hacia quién y cómo está dividida.
Okay. Or that it's not community property, and because, for instance, it was owned before the marriage or it was inherited during the marriage.
O que no es propiedad en común porque fue propiedad adquirida antes del matrimonio o fue propiedad que fue heredada durante el matrimonio.
Okay. If that doesn't happen, then the law presumes that the ex-husband and ex-wife still own this property together.
Si eso no sucede, entonces la ley asume que ambos esposo y esposa son dueños de la propiedad en común.
All right. So, is there any property that you need to go back and put in your divorce decree to say who gets it?
Entonces, ¿hay alguna propiedad en su decreto de divorcio que diga que tiene que ser, esa propiedad que tenga que ser dividida?
No, Your Honor, we don't have any property together.
Okay.
No, su señoría, no
That's what I
tenemos
said.
propiedad dividida, de juntos.
Everything you own, as far as the law is concerned, is community property.
Y como dije, en cuanto a la ley, todo de lo que ustedes sean dueños es propiedad en común.
It doesn't matter whose name is on it.
No importa el nombre de quién esté.
Doesn't matter when you got it.
Y no importa cuándo la obtuvieron.
If the divorce decree doesn't say whose it is after the divorce, then the law presumes you still own it together.
Si el decreto de divorcio no dice de quién es dueño después del divorcio, entonces esto dice que los dos son propiedades.
Okay, then I would have to go fix that and divide, I guess, the property.
Entonces, en ese caso, creo que tengo que ir a arreglar eso y me imagino a dividir las propiedades.
Okay. All right, then, we're going to stop the hearing right now.
Muy bien, entonces voy a detener la audiencia en este momento.
Because you need to get a new divorce decree that describes your property and who it's going to be divided up to.
Porque necesito obtener un nuevo decreto de divorcio y que indique en cómo va a ser dividida la propiedad.
You also need to put in there where it talks about debts, a date that each of you has to pay his own debts after that date.
Y algo que hable también acerca de las deudas de cada quien y una fecha que hable de las deudas de cada quien que tienen que ser pagadas.
And I have heard nothing that leads me to think that guideline child support should not be paid.
Y no he escuchado nada que la manutención del menor en cuanto a las guías y reglamentos no deba de ser pagada.
And I believe that the amount would be higher, closer to $350 for three children.
Y considero que para 3 menores o hijos o hijas, la cantidad debe ser mayor, cerca de 300, alrededor de $350.
And about $280 for 2 children.
Y como $280 para 2 hijos o hijas.
So I'm going to require that the two of you know how much the guideline child support should be.
Y entonces voy a requerir que ambos ustedes sepan y conozcan cuánto es lo que la guía para manutención al menor indica.
Okay. And the guidelines are the Attorney General's guidelines.
Y esas guías son las guías del Procurador General.
So the easiest way to find that information out is to get with the Attorney General and ask them to help you with the child support.
Y la forma más sencilla de averiguar esa información es reunirse con el Procurador General y preguntar acerca de esas guías o directivas del Procurador, de parte del Procurador General.
Okay, and I'm not deciding that I will or will not go away from the guidelines.
Y yo no he decidido o no decidido que me voy a alejar de esas directivas.
But I am saying that I will not depart from the guidelines in a case where both parties don't know what the guidelines say they should be paying.
Pero tampoco me voy a alejar de esas directivas en las que ambas partes no saben o están enterados de lo que deben de ser esas cantidades, las directivas.
So we are recessed for right now. When you have the changes made to the divorce decree and you have either changes made to the child support, well, it has to be changed because I can't order your husband to keep paying child support after there are no more children.
Y entonces estamos por lo pronto en receso y va a tener que hacer esos cambios al decreto de divorcio porque en los cambios que tiene ahorita dice el decreto de divorcio que su esposo sigue pagando aún y que no tenga menores que mantener.
Okay. At that time, you can reset this case to continue the trial.
Y en ese momento que ya haya hecho los cambios ya puede reprogramar la fecha para tener otra audiencia.
And you are excused for right now.
Y por lo pronto, por ahora, ya se pueden retirar ambas partes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Gracias, Su Señoría.
All right, I've downloaded another order or two. I saw Mr. Reyes came back in, posted something to me in chat, and then vanished. And guess which order I downloaded that is corrupted and I can't open? Mr. Reyes's. Okay. So that's why I was working on that. Are the attorneys need a chance? Are they tax attorneys? Are you all meeting with Ms. Cantu? No, here's Mr.
Judge, we're ready. We have met with Mrs. Carrion.
All right, and we had a Ms. Cantu who appeared also. I don't know if I see her right now.
She's on mute right now, Judge.
Okay. There she is, Henrietta Cantu. All right, Ms. Cantu, I'm asking you to unmute your phone. right, well, let's go ahead. And what is your agreement in the Carrion case?
Judge, we discussed with Ms. Carrion. She had defaulted on her payment contract. She's gonna go back and get a new payment contract with the county tax office, and we're gonna go proceed today to enter the tax judgment. As long as she goes back and gets a payment contract for all tax entities, and be a formal contract that she needs to go in and sign with the county, it'll prevent any type of foreclosure if she stays current on that contract.
Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and take the judgment, but you have a forbearance agreement.
As long as she stays current with that contract, we will not foreclose. Correct, Judge.
Okay. All right. And ma'am, Ms. Carrion, is that your agreement? Okay, you're muted.
Yes.
Okay, then I will approve that, and I'm going to ask Ms. Cantu, I'm going to send you to the breakout room number 10.
Judge, I think that one is
Yes.
where's the one we're going to do a non-suit to come.
Okay.
It's on page 1, 1901-0077. Henrietta Cantu, she's one of the three defendants. They filed a tax deferral, and we're going to file a non-suit to come on that case.
Okay, I said Jesse Cantu there. All right. So, Ms. Cantu, did you hear that?
I do not see her anymore.
Oh, I think she went to the breakout room already. Damn it. Pardon my language. Yeah.
I can go to the room, Judge, and ask her to get out of it.
All right, here I'm closing the room. I just closed all.
Okay.
There's nobody in there except her, I think. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and finish up the balance of the tax cases.
Also, Judge, I did get a text from Mr. Finkel. I'm just going to read what he has to say. He says, Mr. Rocha, this is Mike Finkel. I'm present on Zoom for 2 tax cases. Would you mind if we reset them for the next setting date? I told him I would inform the judge and see what he says.
Okay, do you have any objection to that?
Judge, I'll reset to the March 23rd. And if it's not filed by then we'll just have to replace them.
All right, give me just a moment.
Yes, sir.
All right, so then on the balance of the tax cases, are both sides ready? Or not both sides, both attorneys?
Yes, Judge. And Ms. Cantu is back on this side.
Okay, Ms. Cantu,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Rocha tells me you've won, that he's dismissing the case because y'all have signed a payment agreement?
No, this is for a tax deferral, Judge.
Oh, for a deferral. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So we're going to be non-suiting the case.
All right, so they're going to dismiss the case. So he's going to send me an order dismissing the tax case against you.
Okay.
Okay, so you are free to go, and I will sign that as soon as I get it, and you should be able to get a copy from the district clerk's office of the dismissal later this week. Or,
And we'll mail her a copy too, Judge.
all right, and Mr. Rocha is going to send you a copy also.
That's fine.
All right, have a good day, man.
Thank you.
All right, go ahead, sir.
The tax authorities are ready. I'd like to motion to consolidate for proof.
Without objection, so ordered.
Also, Judge, would like to take judicial notice of all the court's files that all parties were served. And also those who had filed answers, we included the green cards in the court's files.
All right, I'll take judicial notice with the entire contents of the court's files and all the tax cases.
Also attached are both the plaintiffs and individual certified tax statements as prima facie evidence of the delinquent taxes that are currently due against the properties. We'd like to introduce that into evidence.
All right, Mr. Cate, any objection?
No objection, Judge.
All right, without objection, they're admitted into evidence.
And also, Judge, if you, once these judgments are signed, you allow us to foreclose against these properties if they have not set up any type of formal payment contract with the taxing authorities for both plaintiffs and interveners.
I will do so. All right, and have you e-filed your proposed orders?
We will be e-filing those, Judge, too. Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't think it'll be today unless
I
the
understand.
case that announced 4 hours
No
settled,
problem, Judge.
or unless some of our 2-hour hearing or 1-hour hearings have settled, but hopefully they have. All right, then y'all are excused. I'll log on to the district clerk when I can and start going through those.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Good day. Let me see, what announcements do we have? Karnes County case, in the interest of the Aguirre child.
Yes, Your Honor, this is Aida Rojas Moore. We're ready to proceed. I believe it's about an hour and a half.
All right, well, we typically have a 1-hour cap on temporary orders, and you saw I have a whole passel of attorneys coming back at 12:30 for a hearing they've announced 4 hours on.
Okay, we'll do an hour.
Okay. All right, and Ms. Vickers? And I'm not sure who else is here on that case.
Renee Flores for the move on, Your Honor. We're ready to proceed.
Okay, now this is in Willow Grace Marlar.
I'm on that case with Ms. Vickers, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. And you conferred, what's going on?
Your Honor, we've reached an agreement. We put it in the chat, but we have an agreement. We're going to send out over a Rule 11, and we've got some drug test orders that need to be signed.
Okay, I have an order from Mr. Vandenberg.
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, I have something you submitted.
Correct.
All right, so Mr. Wilson, that would have been, on the other case, it would have been from either you or from Ms. Vickers?
Yes, that would have been from me or from Ms. Vickers. Actually, they'll be coming from me. I've sent them out to be signed electronically.
Oh, you will? Okay, I see your note here. Okay. But you haven't sent the document to me yet?
I haven't sent the documents yet.
Okay, I was looking for something to download from you. Okay, all right, I will be here for a long time. I will excuse you for right now, and whenever that come back, you can either e-file it, or if the meeting's still open, you can just post it to me in chat. But again, make sure you get my attention and that I tell you that it downloaded and wasn't corrupted, because Mr. Reyes came on and filed some stuff and they're corrupted. They're not working.
Okay. Will do, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. So does anyone else have anything other than the Karnes County civil case?
Judge, really quick, I called Mr. Reyes's office. He said that he also emailed the order to your email address as well as to the court coordinator. If there's still a problem, I can call him back.
Well, I have received no emails since 8:44 a.m. They may have gone to the coordinator, and I don't know if he used the wrong email address or if my email is just not working.
Okay. I will communicate with him. Maybe I'll see if he'll send it to me, and then I can get it over to you through chat.
Right. And Mr. Vandenberg, Mr. Rodriguez, I have your agreed order. I will sign this right now and post it to the clerk and to yourselves.
Very good.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Just a moment.
May we be excused?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, if you want to just wait for the clerk to e-file it, that's fine too.
Perfect.
Thanks, Judge.
Okay, and we will come back at 10:25 and we'll go ahead and start the Karnes County case. So I can give y'all a little bit more time.
And Judge, do you think it will be possible to use the interpreting feature, or who needs the interpretation, so I can call them on the phone so it won't take that long to interpret?
I believe it is my client, Naleli Magana.
Nayeli? Okay.
Nayeli Magana.
Okay, if I can have her phone number so I can be interpreting over the phone.
All right, and hold on, just let me. Tell you what, let me leave and see if I can edit this meeting. All right, let me ask Ms. Riley, do we have the interpreter feature set up? We only do that, we have a special notice before we set the meeting?
I didn't set it up, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Let me leave and see if I can edit the meeting if I'm not actually in it. Hold on.
Lori,
Yes.
did you get that email from Mr. Reyes?
Yes, but he sent me one, but he said he needed to put the date in it, so he didn't resend it to me. The order. I'm fixing to send him an email asking him to let him know that the one he posted in chat was corrupted or whatever.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Ramos, my client needs an interpreter too, but he's here with me. I don't know if that makes a difference. How are we going to handle that?
Hey, what we've done in the past is that he will be in another room with another computer or device, hearing everything in Spanish, Mr. Flores.
Okay, so I got to put him in another room?
Yes. Yes, sir.
All right. That makes it hard. Okay, I'll set that up. No problem.
Thank you, Mr. Flores.
Thank you.
How many people do we need who need the interpreter too?
I think both parties
Correct.
need interpretation, Your Honor.
That is correct.
All
And
right.
I think, and that's why I announced an hour and a half, Judge, for the interpretation kind of thing, but
I just watched a little bit of it, but I watched a case being tried in federal court with a Japanese interpreter.
Oh.
I swear that the interpreter was long-winded. The question would be put and the witness would answer, "Hi," and then he would say about 6 more syllables. And the interpreter would go, "Yes, but however, you must understand that in this circumstance," and she'd rattle on for about 2 minutes. And I thought, man, I can't believe Japanese is that efficient that he can talk for 5 seconds and she can go on for 1.5 minutes, the interpreter. Okay, I tell you what else, I'm gonna try one more thing. I don't know if it'll work because we're already past the start time. I am going to end this meeting.
Okay.
And then I can go in and restart it. But I think, yes, I'm going to end the meeting. I will go in and see if I can edit it. And if I can, I'll edit it to set up the interpreter. If I cannot, actually, I'll do better than that. Okay. I'm going to go and set another meeting, and I'll start that one, and I'll send that to Ms. Riley right now, and I'll edit the interpreter. Mr. Ramos, can you post to me in chat your email address?
Yes, sir.
Lori, Mr. Reyes sent you an email with the date.
Yes, I can either try to get it saved in chat or send it directly to the judge, however you like it, Judge.
What are we talking about?
The Tony Reyes order.
Send it to me directly.
Okay, I'm going forward.
Because I'm about to end this. I'm just opening up a Word document so I can paste Mr. Ramos's email address so I don't lose it.
And Your Honor, I'm going to have to set up my client in a new, another room. So I guess the only way to do, I don't know if it's the only way to do that is for me to, for him to log in as me also, unless we can find another way. But I guess it'll be two me's.
Okay, and that's fine. I'm going to start another meeting in just, try to start another meeting in just a moment. And then I will send that to Ms. Riley at the coordinator's office. Does everyone have?
When you got that letter, does it have?
Okay,
Judge's signature on it?
we're gonna need an email address. Do you have everyone, all the attorneys' email addresses, Ms. Riley?
Yes, Judge, I believe I do. I've sent invites to everybody, so,
Okay,
but let me just make sure, everybody's on here. Let's see, I got Hector Ramos. I just want to make sure I'm sending it to the right people. I'm trying to take a picture of everybody here. Let me just get the participants, make a screenshot of that so I can, see who all I need to send to.
Let me know when you're ready. I can give you the number.
all right, and Mr. Ellis, Mr. Weimeyer, I don't know if y'all are listening. I'm gonna end this meeting. I will restart it later, but, okay, so ready for me to end the meeting?
One moment, please.
All right, well, okay.
Almost. I don't have Nayeli Magana's email either. I don't know if she can post that real quick.
Yeah, no, I will give that to her.
You
This
give
is Aida Rojas Moore.
Yes.
She's
thank
in my
you.
office on a
Okay.
separate computer.
Perfect. Okay.
Lori, do you
All right,
need my
okay.
email?
Yeah, can you post it in chat real quick?
Yes, ma'am.
I have the BCC one if that's the one. But if I have
No,
your-
let me give you my direct email.
All right, 1 second. Okay.